Maybe this is the last thing we should finish on then, and that is about the power of stories and how once we awaken to how much trauma we've been through and we can take ownership, we can start healing it from the inside out, is the power we have to change and rewrite our story and to create the outcome we want rather than our trauma dictating on automatic pilot the chaos we find ourselves in.
I love that description and phrasing. Tomorrow will not be a repeat of today unless we let it. Tomorrow is always blank. You have the stories. You have had the trauma. It shaped you the way that it did. No one's arguing with that. The question that I have to answer, you have to answer, all of us, is, am I going to allow the lineup of blank tomorrows be a repeat of the past? I have allowed that for a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade. Okay. Today, I'm going to alter the trajectory just a little. Let's see where that goes, because tomorrow is blank. I do get to change it even a little. Like one of my favorite authors, Nathaniel Brandon, does it this way. He says, what would happen if you took like 1% more responsibility for X tomorrow? What would that look like? What would you do different if it's just 1%? Well, that's not hard to figure. Well, I do this a little different. Okay, do that. See what happens. And play the game.
Yeah. And that's yeah. And if you think of two paths, one is predictable. You're going to always get the same outcome. You're always going to end up with the same story. But if you just take it a little bit off, you create a completely different story, which you're more in control of. It's mind-blowing.
That to me is the most important part of all this. You have control. And the minute I go to the place of, I had no choice, I've lost. I've abdicated my right to choose, my sovereign and divine right to determine who I'm going to be. And I don't control anybody else's actions, behavior, whether or not for 2 years after I got sober, many of the kids didn't believe I was sober. So they were mad at me and said I was hiding it and lying and still a drug addict. And I'd been clean, like squeaky clean for 2 years. They wouldn't buy it. I can't. And that used to kill me. I used to make it really hard. But it's like, what do I have to do? And the answer is nothing. I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to be who I am. And I'm going to be the best I can and full of love and open. And when you're ready, then you're ready. I don't control them. I can't make anybody believe, not believe, jump up and down, dance, or do anything else. I'm going to do what I need to do so that I can add good to the world, so I can realize my divine potential. I refuse to be locked up in the old path. I won't go there.
Yeah, it makes such a difference when you take personal responsibility for yourself, your own emotions, because then it filters outwards. Otherwise, you're just reacting to other people and trying to be someone you're not, when you're never going to be able to answer those questions anyway, because that's a trust thing on their part.